Well, the participant will introduce themselves because, I mean, I don't know everybody, so which is good. I feel like this is like a coffee table round. So let's talk about disruptive filmmaking. I'm an agent. I represent actors, and I want them in all movies and TV shows most of the time. And all movies and TV shows are done, you know, with studios. We have filmmakers that do use iPhones and all that stuff as well, you know. So, but first I'd like to hear more about you.
Thank you very much. Honored to be here. My name's Dr. Kaffy Shafau, popularly known as Kaffy. I consider myself a creative solution expert, but using dance as a tool and means to drive the narrative of storytelling as well as expressions of the arts in general. I am a big advocate for mentorship and entrepreneurship and the growth of the African creative economic sector and the economic value that comes into the creative industry, especially for Africans. We practically depend on the government for a lot of sustainability of livelihood, but our creative arts is embedded in us, and encouraging that growth is down my alley. I'm here to explore storytelling through dance. Afrobeat music has become a global phenomenon, and going along the road with that is our fashion, our culture, our expression. But our films have gone really global. Nollywood has really done great numbers in the recent years. And with the music and dance going global, the storytelling of the African people can continue to expand through the dance, from the dance perspective. And that's where I'm exploring. Thank you.
Let's hear a little bit more about you.
Thank you very much. My name is Tonye Princewill. They say I'm a filmmaker, I guess. Yeah, okay. So I am a filmmaker. But really what I think I want to consider myself an encourager of the arts. My background is engineering. I'm a petroleum engineer, mineral resources engineer. But I went into filmmaking because the passion has always been there. And, oh, by the way, I didn't even know Kaffy's surname. We all call her Kaffy all over Africa. She's the #1 dance choreographer, as far as I know, in Africa. And I didn't even know that, sorry. When I was hearing Kaffy, I was like, who the hell is that?
And have you both worked together already on a project?
We have the Dubai project, I guess. Yeah, okay. So we're entrepreneurs as well as filmmakers, I guess you could call us that. So my background has been really the passion for film and encouraging young people. I may not look it, but I'm not exactly young. And so I've been spending a lot of my time encouraging young people. And I thought to myself, I don't want to do and support one person, I want to support many. And how do we do it in a sustainable way? So I came from almost a sort of philanthropic background into the industry. And on making one movie, we thought, okay, we want to make the second, we want to make the third, we want to help the dance artists, we want to help the musical artists, and we want to do it in a sustainable way. And the only way to truly do that is to make money in the process. So the making of the money is, I guess, the incentive. And as a result of that, I've been doing, I think, a lot of work in making sure that the business of making film, the business of promoting music, the business of promoting the arts is part and parcel of what we do. So hopefully that will continue to ring through.
But you came from a background that were knowledgeable about making movies, no? So you also had to learn it from the ground up, or it's just you just went by learning by doing?
Yeah, so this panel I think suits people like us because we are not interested in the status quo. We're not interested in the history. That's all well and good. We're happy to be informed of it, but we're not going to be limiting ourselves to the history. And so I want to know how to make money. I want to know how to make money from film. I need to know how to get water out of stone. And so in Africa, in Nigeria, this is our story. We have very little support. We don't have enough, but we're not victims. We're not complaining. We're not saying that, oh, they didn't do this or they didn't do that. The question is, what did we do about it? And so we have had to find a way where there was no way. And, you know, so far, so good.
Beautiful.
Thank
We'll
you.
come back to all of this too. So tell me a little bit about you.
Hello, I'm Luiza Botelho. I'm a filmmaker from Brazil, and want to thank the panel and thank you and AfroCannes and Prudence for having me here. I make films, so I come from a history of filmmaking. My father is a very celebrated Black filmmaker in Brazil, and I've produced a few of his films, and recently I switched into directing. And my latest film is a short Afrofuturistic comedy, short film. And it is also the last film starred by Leia Garcia, who is Brazilian Black royalty. She was the first female actress in Brazil. She's internationally known for her role in Black Orphans, and she was the first Brazilian actress to be nominated for an award here at the Cannes Film Festival. So it feels very exciting and meaningful to me to be here at the land that made her known internationally, because of the seeds being able to get from what I planted, through the film that she so generously participated in. So I'm very excited to speak with you about disruptive filmmaking and, exchange ideas and just see where everything goes.
So the man to my left, Alex, who I know him. I met you like 2 years ago in Cannes, having your first movie here.
Yeah.
And now you have your second one.
Yeah. So my name is Alex Kahuam. I'm a filmmaker. I own two companies, one in Mexico City that we founded 10 years ago, and then Kahuam Films. It's a new brand, genre specialized company in the United States, in Los Angeles. We have our movie, The Remedy, who we had a Cannes market premiere yesterday. It was awesome. Thank you for coming. We had a full house. I'm very happy. So yeah, I mean, my background is like I've done a lot of experimental films. I've done 5 films total. The most recognized are Failure and The Remedy. I did another one called Forgiveness with no dialogue, an hour and a half, and with long takes. And I got a lot of critics killing me because it's like, why you didn't use dialogue? And I was like, why do I have to use dialogue? I think filmmaking is a media that you are free to do whatever you want. That's why we are disruptive and rebels. And this one, The Remedy, is like by far the most like commercial, if you want to call it, that I've done. I'm also director. So yeah, I love the genre because it stays with you. Of course, all the movies have to have a message, no matter the genre, what it is. So yeah, that's a little bit of my background. I'm very excited. We brought other movies to the market too that we're in different stages. And yeah, I love filmmaking. It's my life.
But has the market, being in Cannes, of course, helped? I feel like you have a support group here.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Pavilion, I feel like they're very supportive for you.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, the Fantastic Pavilion it's 3 years old. It's the new genre arm of the market. It's awesome. It's the house to all the genre filmmakers. So we can get there and, promote our films. They can support us, variety those coverage. So it's very awesome way to like jumpstart your film festival journey. And it used to be like the genre community was in bars, spreads. There was no panels or nothing. So now we have a pavilion, and it's a big pavilion. And now there is a house, which is awesome,
Yeah, that's good. See, I live in Berlin, Germany. I grew up in Germany. I was born in Kansas. We have this actress or dancer in Germany, Nikita Thompson? Because she's a dancer. She only started being a dancer. That was her goal. I met her like 15 years ago, being a dancer. And now she's in every TV movie, every show, as a speaker, as an actress, and everything throughout dance. Is that your goal as well, or is it just the dance? I mean, it's not just a dance, but it's part of it as well.
Okay, thank you. I like the word disruptor because I consider myself one. Or I wouldn't dare in Africa decide to even dance. It's seen as a maniac move by an average family or even an average economy. They're like, well, where is the sustenance in that? So my exploration in storytelling using film it's not just for the artistic expression of it. It's also to continue to break down mold that limits creative expression and the economic value on channels that are only well known right? Oh, as a dancer, be on stage, stay on stage. No, there's much more to that. And a dancer is an actor because you have to express. It's a dialogue in motion. Really, that's what dance is all about. And if dance is dialogue in motion, and we can capture this dialogue with expression and film and scenery and action and drama and intrigue and documentary, history telling, dance carries a lot of our history in Africa. If you watch from the Wakanda to even Sinners, and if you watch even the one of the warrior ladies, I forgot the name right now. Yeah, Woman King. There's the act of dance. You cannot be in Africa and not express dance for war, for marriage, for love, for ceremony, for coronation of kings. Dance has a key to understanding our history in Africa. And I want to explore that because people are telling our stories and it's warped. And we need to correct that form. So through dance is another pathway to knowing who we are, how we are, and how we can even be, how we can evolve. And using film to tell that story and using dance as a capture tool for you to know us is where I am really gunning for. And yes, I want to work with incredible talents and create job opportunities, because I said the economic value, job opportunities for a lot of young people, as I've already done for stage and for the artistic expression. But in film, in Africa right now, Nollywood has gone so big on the casting of dancers. Now they don't even have the technical training to be stuntmen, but we have an average young boy in dance can stunt. But if they get training for stuntmen, in film, that is a category, and that is another employment opportunity for young people who have the technical capacity, but probably they're not seasoned actors, but they can act because they are part of a big project now. And we are hiring hundreds of people now for these big budget movies. The epic historic movies are the one driving the market now in Nigeria, and they need a wide cast. But we are training on the ground, on the go. So one thing is to create a film. Another thing is to create the elements that helps the film industry generally as a budding culture in Africa. Thank you.
So just to understand, so you produce them as well?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And the money you get, disruptive-wise?
Okay, yeah, disruptive-wise, I have mostly spent my money on everything I've done. And I'm sure everybody here has done that, to a point. But I've gotten to the point where I need more. I need the money. I need to know, I need to get people out there, the funders, if you're in the room, to understand what I'm saying and see the commercial. I understand all the ins and the outs that should happen. It's there, and I'm here to prove it to them that it's there. One movie at a time, one short film, one feature at a time will prove that you can make the money, but give us the money to make the money.
And do you also do crossover production?
Yes.
Yes.
You're
working on it. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're working on that at the moment as well.
And do you have a big movie fund there for that?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm still
so
looking
that's something
for the money.
new
I'm
to
chasing
create.
the money.
We
Yes.
could be starting to create something
We
like
need
that.
to create something like that. And, there's so many things to adapt into that funnel.
Exactly, yeah.
Into that funnel. Just for example, my book, my book sold out when I released it, and it was very relatable, and people were like, make it a movie. So we're looking into that. But the funding is key for me right now. Not the capacity, not the ability to market it. My brand is already big enough to market it, and I have the network and the net worth to put that together. But it's a big thing. It's a huge budget. It's beyond me. I need the support of the financing, the investors to bring this thing to life. And I'm very, very positive as my journey, that yes, we are going to disrupt filmmaking in this pathway. Yeah.
Well, that was beautiful. How is that for you with the funding and the...
Yeah, Kaffy is speaking my language. Nigerians, there's something about Nigerians, we don't take no for an answer. We don't take no for an answer. And for us, we have overcome so much with so little that for us, the question as to, we don't look at the money as a lot, we just think about the money as a piece of a lot. So when we're looking for money, we're asking ourselves, well, hang on, there's billions of dollars. Nigeria has the richest African in the world. We've got money, we've got business, we've got opportunity. We survive in spite of government, not because of government. and we're just one country in God knows how many. So as far as we're concerned, money is not a problem. We'll get the money. The question is, who do you get the money from? What are the terms of that money? What's the cost of capital? So we're business guys. My partner and I, right now he's holding a camera, but our job really is to find the money, and we always do. We don't have a problem finding money. We have a problem as for, okay, I take money, but how do I give it back? Even if it's my money, how do I bring it back so I can make the next movie or the next production? So the recovery is just as important as the cover, all right? So I've got to get the money, yeah, but I've got to pay it back. I've got to bring the money back. I need to get screens. How many screens do I have? I need to think about other ways of making money. For instance, in my country, in Nigeria, I can make more money from sending my movie to billionaires to watch than I would from getting Nigerians to watch it in cinema. Because an average billionaire would give me $10,000 to watch my movie. But how many people would have to watch my movie in Naira, which is our local currency, to give me $10,000? So we've got to start thinking about creative ways of making our money. But the billionaires will only come to your movie because your movie is screened in Cannes, or your movie has an epic proportion to it, or your movie has an actor they want to see in it. So you've got to give people value. And my partner and I, what we always say is that no one tells us the value of our movie. We tell you the value of our movie. And as soon as you meet our figure, then we're in business. But the only way you get that level of confidence is when you can, on your own, raise the money independent of any single party. And that means you always have to give yourself options. So we're positive, we're aggressive, we're determined, but we recognize that as much as you want to think your movie is the best movie since sliced bread, you have to also make sure that you give your movie an outlet. Mm-hmm. So where is it going to go? Who's going to watch it? How? And so on. So we're constantly, we say there's 15 ways to make money from film in Nigeria, and we're constantly looking for number 16, number 17. And the only way I think we've achieved that is because we've come from, I guess, almost a science background. I'm an engineer by training. Yeah. So arts is not my first love, but it's always been there. But that engineering, science background, numbers, figures, meant that we've got a business mentality. And so in all we do, we're looking for the bottom line. How do we create value? How do we add value? How do we make value? And ultimately, it has led us to where we are, and we're quite comfortable about the future.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much. But I understand to recoup the money that you receive. I understand that. And that leads me to you, about your film. Can we also, we'll talk about failure? Okay. Because you shot Failure. That was interesting. Well, you want to talk about it? You tell me about it. You shot Failure. It was one shot.
Sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we shot Failure. It was a one-take film, 87 minutes with no cuts, starring Ted Raimi. Sam Raimi's his brother. He did Spider-Man, and he plays roles in his movies. And it was crazy because I'm Mexican and I like to do, my way. I don't like to be like a square, and this has to be the way in Hollywood. You have to do things. So I literally went to LA and I said, I'm gonna do a one take in Los Angeles. Everybody said I was gonna fail, that it was like crazy the idea, having a Hollywood actor in your movie. What are you doing? And I did it. Most of my crew are, foreigners, Mexicans, from everywhere. So I do it my way. I've been in this business for 14 years in Los Angeles, studying the market, studying how Hollywood works. And if you can adapt your way to their way, you can make it. You don't have to follow. And a lot of people here, they're like, you're crazy. Because every year we bring a new movie. And actually at the pavilion, it's like a joke, like, oh, Alex brings a movie every year to the pavilion.
I know, it's fantastic.
Shoots fast.
You shoot fast. And now the budget of that movie was kind of like, you can make a movie with...
Yeah, that movie was very cheap. It was not like super, for example, our new film, we're talking about 6 zeros, million. Almost $3 million as a remedy. And then for Failure, it was more modest, budget. Of course, we didn't have that. I shot the movie in 1 day and a half. You know, it's crazy. I only had Ted running for 5 days. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm Mexican. I make stuff happen. And just like you guys, I don't take no for an answer. It's like,
That's
you
beautiful.
know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but then you had a distribution deal, and for that distribution, help you with the other film.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes. So it was very hard because the market is very complicated today. The buyers are they want to play it safe, and they don't want to risk. And I get it. After COVID, everything changed, so they don't want to buy like unique or different films. They want to buy this formula films, which is very annoying because as filmmakers, we want to have creative freedom to do whatever we want to say. But anyways, we got a deal after fighting for it. That deal gave me another deal for another movie, which is The Remedy, and we were able to get private equity. In Los Angeles, we don't have fiscal incentives or public funds. It's just we need private equity. So we need people with money. We have a pool of investors, and we were able to get the money for The Remedy. It was crazy because The Remedy, we started the script in July. We locked the script on September. We were shooting in December. We finished the movie December 23rd before Christmas, and now we're here.
That's amazing.
With a final film, finished film. So the whole post-production was 3 months and a half. Like, I'm telling you, I'm fast. And
That's great.
I told the crew, like, guys, we're gonna make it to Cannes. Sorry, I know we have special effects. I mean, you saw the film, and everybody pushed, did their best, and the film looks great, fantastic. So,
Yeah.
but again, the majority of my crew are foreigners, that they're hungry to make films. So yeah, we don't follow the rules at all.
That's amazing. And how do you go about this when you do your films? I mean, you've been a producer on your father's films. You mentioned it.
Yes.
Was ever a studio involved, or?
So in Brazil, we have public funding for films. So for my father's films, we have a very well-established company in Brazil, and because his films usually win many awards and push the narratives into very important issues, we are able to apply for these fundings. And then for my film, because usually for the Brazilian funding, each company can only apply one project, and usually it gets to be my father's project. So for my film, I invested my savings and created a crowdfunding campaign.
A crowdfunding campaign.
Yes, so 6 to 7 people donated. But kind of going back to what you guys said, I like to say, you always knock, but you never stop from entering the door.
That is so true.
So yeah, and then now we're talking about licensing it. There are two. There's a channel and there's a streaming platform in Brazil interested. I'm here at the market looking for where else in the world we can license it, and then also raising for my next projects. So I was just sorry. So my next project just won an award at the Cine Latino Toulouse, and that award gave me the accreditation for the Producers Network. So I'm at the Producers Network raising funds for that, and it's a fiction feature. It would be my first as a filmmaker.
That's all very inspiring. Is there anything you like to tell? That's beautiful. Very inspiring, everything. Is there anything you want to tell anybody to be inspired? I mean, you already said a lot, and I love what you are saying, and I want to hear you talk. So is there anything you want to say out there to people to make movies and anything, a message?
Okay, a message. For me, it will be stay true, right? Truth is an ambiguous word, because everybody has a perspective to what is true. But the heart doesn't lie, the mind can be tricky, but our reality is distorted. But the truth within you, in the pursuit of telling the story that allows humanity to thrive and evolve, is something that cannot be stopped. It's to infinity. And it's that from that space of truth I'm saying pursue. It's from that space of truth I'm saying don't give in. Don't give in. If you want to give up, it's because there's a road and path that you are redirected to. So giving up for me has a new meaning. You know, don't give in doesn't mean you can't give up. Meaning giving up means, okay, that's not working. I can try something else. Meaning you're not giving in to the pressure. You're giving up an idea of or something that is not working, but it opens another door. So I'm saying, tell the story, express it, use what you have. It's gonna get you there. Sometimes you have to bend and go through curves. Sometimes you have to be the server before them being the master. Whatever that is for you, I'll just say, stay true. That light that lit you up towards that dark alley is always gonna be there, even if it's a flicker. Follow it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was very inspiring. And we can open it up to a Q&A if anybody has some questions for the people here at the panel. No questions? No questions asked.
You have a question on your face. What do you do? You. You have a question on your face.
Oh, they're from America.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Don't mind me.
No questions. Is there something inspiring you like to say to the end?
Well, I don't know if it's inspiring.
You guys are all inspiring to me
well,
and disruptive.
Yeah, look, I mean, my background is so diverse. A few weeks ago, I was in Congo opening a hospital. Now I'm in the south of France in the French Riviera, rubbing shoulders with filmmakers and celebrities. As far as I'm concerned, this is the best industry to be in. And I've been in many industries. And I think that people shouldn't lose the opportunity of being here, telling their stories and mixing themselves with the best. I think it's just a fantastic place to be in. To be a filmmaker, to be a storyteller is a wonderful place to be. And I wouldn't exchange it for the world. So as far as I'm concerned, continue being a filmmaker. And if you're not one, make sure that you are. That's all I can say.
Are you also here of selling a film or?
Oh yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm not even selling my movie. So shame on me. Yeah, so we produced 76, which was, I guess, the first Nigerian movie to screen in TIFF on merit. That was a few years ago. Me and my partner, stubborn guys that we are, we did the movie in 2012. It went to cinema in 2016, so we're very slow. We didn't Netflix. We gave it to Netflix in 2021.
Which Netflix?
So Netflix Global.
Netflix.
Yeah. So 76 is on Netflix. Yeah, but we made our money before we got to the cinema. So everything that happened from 2016 was profit. So we are very happy filmmakers as far as our business is concerned. But yeah, no one's going to place a value on our movie. We do the value placement ourselves. So now we're here with 77. 77 is screening in 2 days on Monday, and that's at 2 p.m. at the Palais. So it's invitation only, but yeah, we're expecting it to be another big blockbuster. We raised the bar a bit over 76, and so again, true stories based on real life events. And that's the good thing about our stories. We've got real life stories which are like drama. They're like unbelievable. And so, yeah, with 77, we've taken the bar up. We've got an offer from Netflix already. But we've told them post-Cannes we'll talk again. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be wrapping up a deal and people will see 77 on screens in the not too distant future.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like to see 77. Any message from you?
I would say be patient. Like I said, I received so many no's. I've been in, it's been frustrating where you're trying to get financing and what's up?
Louder.
Oh, louder. Just be patient. Just be, it's a tough industry. Like you won't get a yes in many years, so that's why you have to create your opportunities and don't wait for people. I became my producer because producers were not doing anything for me. And I was like, I have the same knowledge. I'm doing the same things. And I ended up like selling, the pitching and stuff. So that's why I created my companies. Because I was tired of it, And I would say, this is in Mexico we call talacha, which is like it's you gotta stay true to yourself, but also like it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. It's okay. Don't worry about it. When I say that we're shooting fast, I mean it's not like yesterday I was shooting fast. It took me 13 years to get to this point. I started very young when I was 20. My first feature film was when I was 18, then 21, then 25, then 29, and now 31.
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah.
32. So.
Every year one.
So, but I started with ultra micro budgets that, like you would not believe me how much money was my feature, right? It was like a short film. And, we've been growing to a point that now I can say, okay, it hasn't been easy. It has been very hard. Also being Mexican, the United States is incredibly hard right now. And it's been, So people of color is difficult. And we have to continue pushing and don't give up. And again, we're filmmakers. We can do anything. Doesn't really matter. So don't fight for your dreams. Don't quit. And keep going.
Can I just ask you, and you, sorry. This was great, Alex. But Alex knows I find him great. I mean, you just had a big write-up on Variety all the time. I see your face everywhere. Yeah. Do you also work then with international cast as well, not just Nigerian, international?
Quick answer is yes, of course, and we want to do more stuff. We want to reach across to different continents. So yeah, our movies are for the international audiences, and of course we want them to see international stars in our films. We've already started with doing that, but we want to continue and of course expand beyond that, what we're doing now.
And one more question here. Tell me more. I mean, do you want to, something encouraging? Say to the people.
Sure. I think that when we think of disruptive filmmaking, of course, the business side is important as well. But I think that the reason why I do this is because of the power of media. And so whenever we're thinking about films, what are we saying? What is the message that we're sending? What are we giving our attention to? And how are we helping to shape the world? Because the world as we know, everything that we have right now, the fact that we're sitting on chairs, a person thought about a chair. We all decided that there were going to be panels and there were going to be festivals, and some people were going to have more access to it or not. And collectively, we can change that. And I think that filmmaking is disruptive in its own, especially when you use it as a weapon to change the world. So whenever I'm making films, whenever I'm thinking of ideas and writing my scripts, I'm always thinking, how is this going to benefit the world as a whole, and how is it going to help to shape the reality as we see it? Because it has a lot of power. So whenever we're thinking of the characters, are they going to be white? Are they going to be black? How are they going to behave? What are they going to learn in their journeys? Are we going to use elder characters? Are we going to be disruptive in the way that we tell stories, in a way that it runs away from the stereotypes and just reshapes a new narrative? So I think that as filmmakers, more than making money, which is very important, and I think that what it's very important.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But saying, how are we reshaping the world through our stories?
He's a money man. But that's okay. That's okay. We need money to make films. We need money to eat, and we know that. We just can't live off water and. Thank you. You all had powerful messages for different reasons. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much. And you guys don't have any more questions? We are here now. No? Okay. Then thank you so much for being part of this panel. These inspiring words. Really, want to make you. Thank you so much.